What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with our SAO Rising Steel video. There's no news, really, but I wanted to make this kind of rant video. I'm going to try not to get a little too crazy with the rant, but I do want to talk about the state of the game and kind of my thoughts on what's going on, and what I'd like to see moving forward, what I'm afraid of, all that kind of stuff. And there's no, like, script to this or anything. I just have a bunch of thoughts I'm just going to throw out there, and I encourage everyone else to comment below what you would like to see change, you know, what you want to see in the game more, what you think could help the game be better, all that kind of good stuff. So, without further ado, the one bit of news that we do have is that they added more illustrations. We all know how we love these paid illustrations that don't do anything for the game. So here's the deal. First things first, this Roni is free. For the next, what did that say, 159 days, you can get both of these Ronis for free. So let's do that. So if you're playing the game, grab these if you want the home illustrations. This artwork is great. And that comes to my first issue, is the whole thing of these illustrations. Like, yes, the illustrations are good, but they should be characters. Everything, and what pisses me off more is, like, ones like, for example, like this. This one right here, why is this not a unit? Agil doesn't have a 4-star, it should be a unit. What else do we have here? You know, I'm not gonna get too mad about the ones that aren't, you know, that have plenty of characters, like the, you know, Roni and Tease down here. It's like, whatever, it's their normal outfits. This should be a unit. Dragoncraft, assistant. This doesn't have good artwork, but AG definitely deserves a unit. Who else do we have? I love this Kirito, like with just the shirt and the pendant. Like, why is this not a unit? And, you know, I could go on and on. You know, there's Fanatio, Berculi, should be units. And, like, I get it. Frenica, for example. This is a brand new Frenica, the first, you know, kind of 4-star artwork we have of her, and it's not a unit. So, that's the first thing, is that I think this illustration thing is just a waste, because I think that these should all be characters. I think it's just an excuse to, you know, give good artwork while not having to give us units for specific things. And it just comes on. I don't even care if they have, like, the same attack animations as, like, old units. Like, I mean, I care to an extent, but I would much rather, you know, get a Roni with old animations and a new outfit than for it to just be an illustration, because I don't sit on the home screen looking at these characters. I sit on the home screen for half a second before I go hop into whatever it is I'm doing. I don't really care. You know, I like the nice backgrounds. You know, we got this sunset recently from the last few events. But I don't sit here admiring it for 20 minutes at a time. I don't click on this and just stare at it. So that's my first thing. The second thing I want to go into is obviously the excess of the same 5 characters being used for gacha all the time. Luckily, we did just get Sortiliana, so that is, if finally she gets her second 4-star. But the issue with that is that she's a limited unit. So when this banner goes away, we go back to only having one summonable Sortiliana, because this banner's probably not going to come back for like a year. Because when it comes to these specific banners, they even say it right in the details. Limited edition character. Limited edition characters will only be available again on special reissued scouts. We have yet to see a reissued limited scout yet. Our first limited unit, what was it, back in like February or March, was the Alice, the Unital Ring one. We haven't seen her come back, so we don't know if it's going to be every 6 months, every year. Is there just going to be, like, after a year, like a bundle of the characters that you can, you know, do one of the select step-ups? We don't know. So that's the issue with that. And then, of course, you know, Sinon, we've got 20 variants of. Leafa, we don't have as many variants of, but still a decent amount. Obviously, Alice and Adis have a ton of units now. And we just keep going through the same pattern of the same 5 characters. And I know, obviously, characters that sell are what they have to use, but you can mix things up. you don't have to use 2 popular characters. You can use 1 popular character and maybe a lesser one. So like for this banner, obviously, this one made sense for a limited banner. You know, Alice and Adis, they are partners, so it makes sense to put them together. But like, for example, you could have done the Lifa banner. You could have thrown another character on here. You know, you could have done like, and they don't have to be characters that match, because they can match with another character that you would already have in your box. So she's a wind unit. So let's take a look real quick at what character could have gotten another wind unit, or that she could have been partnered with that would get another unit that would still work out. So let's go to wind real quick. Okay, immediately, Cardinal. There you go. Make Summer Cardinal, boom. You have a popular character with a not as popular character. You could have done Summer, I know we're still working on the Gameverse characters, but Summerphilia, right over there. Do Summerphilia. Another example, Summer, the Operator. You could have done Operator right there. Summer Selka. You could have done Selka with Alice. It would have been fine. So that's my other issue, is just the fact that we get the same 5 characters. It's, for the most part, we haven't gotten Kirito in a while. So for the most part, it's Asana, Alice, Adis, Sinon, Lifa. Those are the 5 characters we see all the time. Just, they get, at least one of those 5 characters gets a unit every month. And they've been a little better. You know, we have gotten some new characters like Entokia and Nergias, you know, because they are, you know, original characters to the Moon Cradle stuff. We got DIL, despite her having bad artwork, at least it was a good unit to get, and a new character. So they are starting to test the waters a little bit here and there. But for the most part, and even when they do, you know, the same characters, like, let's just take a look here. Let's look at Asuna, because obviously the most, I would say the most popular female, obviously, in the series, because she's the secondary main character. So let's go down. Let's filter for Asuna, for example. How many of these Asunas are the same Asuna? Like, the exact same outfit? Let's just go with Alicization real quick. So, 1. Like, I'm not going to count Moon Cradle, just regular Alicization. 2. 3. How many others do we have? 4. Exact same outfit, by the way. All the same outfit. Yes, they are different colors. And I believe that's it for those ones. Unless I'm missing one that I just don't have. And then, of course, we could go... So, this one, this one, this one... Or not, sorry, this one. And then, obviously, this one up here. Another 4, they're all just her SAO outfit. See, the thing that made Memory Defrag different from Rising Steel is we always got, like, different costumes. Like, they always played with, you know, we had, like, the evil... I don't know the lore behind it, but we had, like, the evil versions of all the girl characters. They were, like, Dark World versions. That was insanely cool. All the time, they would do, like, summer, Christmas, all these kinds of different outfits. And what Rising Steel kind of lacks in is seasonals. And that's what really sells. People want to see these characters in units that they don't, or in outfits that they don't normally wear. They want to see new stuff. So when we get the same, you know, Alicization, Stacia, Asuna, you know, 5,000 times, people get bored of it. You know, if we look at, let's look at what costumes are actually unique for Asuna out of what I have in my box right here. So we have this one, obviously, summer outfit. This is cool. Probably, I'd say this is probably my favorite costume for Asuna. What else do we have in terms of that? We have this one right here. It's her, you know, kind of sleeping outfit. The one that came out in the first year. I'll give this one a go, or a pass, because we've only gotten it once. And I really do like her ordinal scale outfit. And it's from the movie, so, you know, I kind of give it a pass there. But for the most part, those are the only ones. You know, we don't really have many other... And for the most popular female SAO character... And I guess I can give this one a pass, too. Because it really was a small arc, and, you know, this is a... as, you know, kind of fan servicey as it is something we don't see very often. But for the most part, we have 3 things that we get for Asuna. Her SAO outfit, her ALO outfit, where she has the blue hair, and then her Alicization outfit. And you know, you could run into the same issue with any of the other girls. Like, let's go. Who's another really? I guess Alice. Let's go to Alice. Because I'd say Alice is the most popular, second most popular girl right now. Alice has a bit more variety to her, but for the most part, you either get her and her armor, which, you know, you can see a ton here. Obviously, we did get the Unital Ring version, which is different. But you pretty much get her inner armor or out of her armor, just like, you know, with her undershirt. You know, in terms of actual seasonals, we did just get her summer one, which is very nice. We have this one, which is the anime episode 1, where she's at that party for like a split second, but, you know, I really like the costume, so I'm happy with that one. This one's the free-to-play one. You know, when she transforms for that one part in the anime, just kind of wearing her old clothes. But for the most part, you know, you look at everything here, it's armor or no armor. So I think that's the other thing, too, that they really need to look into, is doing more unique outfits. It doesn't even have to be for a specific, like, holiday or something. You know, obviously, we're getting done with the summer units, hopefully. Hopefully, there's not a 5th summer unit next week. Or, you know, this coming week. But, you know, just go out there and do, you know, interesting stuff. And they did something cool. You know, it wasn't a new outfit. What color were they? I believe they were fire. Alright, I gotta unfilter. What I'm talking about is the Kirito and Asuna that came out for the 1.5, that they came with a music track. I thought that was a really cool thing, but they haven't done it since. You know, why do all these limited units not have something like that? Like, something that makes you want to summon for them. For the most part, these limited summer units are just like regular units. There's nothing really super unique about them, or amazing about them. And that brings me to our next issue. So I'm done talking about, you know, the character stuff. I pretty much made my point. I want to see more unique outfits. I want to see more new stuff. I think the coolest thing, before we move on to the other thing, the coolest thing that they did was this. I know they put him in memory defrag first, but Kirito as an Integrity Knight is the coolest thing ever. If they do, like, because I know they did Sinon as well. I don't know if they did any other characters. I don't know if Yuki or anyone got one. But if they brought the Sinon one over, I would be totally cool with that. But this was a really cool thing. I was very happy that they did this. So that brings me to my third point, is content. For the most part, if you have an account that you've been playing since day one and you have all colors maxed out, there's no need to summon. Like, yes, there's a need to an extent to be able to clear the content. But for the most part, we are in the same kind of like rotation, and the game doesn't try to do anything new. Most of the times in gacha games, after a certain while, they'll introduce new content that introduces new mechanics, you know, that spice up the gameplay. For the most part, besides them adding the, you know, training room and ore fragment stuff, which you can use to make your own accessories, which I don't bother with, because it's so tedious to the point where it's not even worth it. I hate this system, and what I literally do is every month I grab the free skills from the Ordinal Battle Shop, and I put those and I'll get one piece of gear up to like 4-star, and I'll put it on that. But I am not spending, you know, 12 hours a day farming ore and, you know, these skills. The worst part about the skills is they're so RNG, you don't even know what you're getting. It's so annoying I haven't even completed these quests. Look, there are quests I haven't even completed yet, that I wasn't even aware of. So that's another issue I have. But my main point was that the content is so very dry most of the time. For the most part, and you know, auto battle could be, you know, a reason for that or an issue, but that shouldn't even be an issue, because a lot of gacha games you have auto battle where you still have plenty of stuff you like to do. But for the most part, all we really do is we do our ranking event, we do our story event, and then we do our ranking event again. For the most part, you only do each one time. What you do is you do your ranking event, you complete the level 100 stage one time, or a couple times. You may try it to try and get the highest score you get, and then you just farm the level 80 stage while you're sleeping or while you're doing something else. And then once the pass is done, you don't touch the event ever again. And you're just waiting for the next week for the next event. And it's pretty much the same thing with the regular story events. I haven't watched the story yet, which I obviously need to get to. But I've already completed the pass. So I literally have nothing I need to do with this quest anymore. So now it is Saturday afternoon, almost Saturday night. We're not going to get our next event or anything until Thursday, and so I have nothing to do in the game anymore. You know, and that could be possibly my fault, you know, because I do spend quite a bit of money on the game, but there's just not enough interesting stuff. Like, I can't even make an argument on why the game has kind of been declining lately. Like, a lot of people look at the numbers of sales and stuff, and I think the main reason that stuff is declining is not because of the units even, you know, being boring. Like, yes, we get a lot of the same units and stuff. I think the issue is there's nowhere to use them. Because you pretty much, like, all these last two units, Sortiliana and Sinon, both are light units. Both events we have are light. So you pretty much use the character 1 or 2 times, and then you don't use them again until the next light event, which is usually 2 or 3 months away. Ordinal Battle resets once a month, and people really just do that. It's not a true ranking kind of PvP. You pretty much just do it to get your rewards. Once you get to double S, you're pretty much done. And then the other thing being Cathedral. We got our first Cathedral, you know, last month since like 8 months before. It used to be we would get a Cathedral every month or every other month, but then it became every 6 months or so. So that's another issue, is just there's an extreme lack of content. Like, and I understand from last year, you know, the pandemic was a thing. I understand stuff slowed down, but this game isn't really trying to do anything new. Like, I know stuff in Japan is starting to get bad again with the pandemic, from what I'm being, you know, from stuff that's been happening. I played the Danmachi Gacha game, and they couldn't implement the 4th anniversary voices for the second part of the anniversary because of the pandemic again. They couldn't get everything recorded in time. So I understand that, you know, okay, that's fine. You release the event without the voices, you add the voices later. So I'm not going to hold that against, you know, these companies, but this has been an issue that's been in the game for, you know, over a year now. That there's just, it's the same kind of stale rotation of content. For the most part, I don't play SAO throughout the... I wish it was a gacha game where I spent more time in to use these characters and more stuff. You know, they haven't even updated the story since chapter 16. Like, the anime's been over forever, so why is the rest of this... And we've been done with them in the events for the longest time. And they could probably add a very hard difficulty for the whole story at some point, because, you know, even the hard mode isn't even that hard. But I don't know, but between, you know, the illustrations that should be characters, the characters reusing the same outfits for, like, every other unit, and then the content just being stale, you know, because we pretty much know what to expect from now. You know, come Tuesday night, we're going to get a banner reveal. I don't know for what color, and we'll get an event reveal, and it's going to be a ranking event. I'll do the ranking event 1 or 2 times. I'll do it once for a video, and then I'll do it on my own probably once I know the gimmicks. And then after that, I'll farm the level 80 stage until the season pass is done, and then I'm done for the week. So I doubt anyone from the SAO team is going to see this video, but if they do, there definitely needs to be something to kind of spice up the game. You know, some kind of new kind of event. I don't know what you could do. You had the whole thing where, you know, in the early part of the story, we walked around a map. Like, that's a mechanic in the game they just kind of got rid of because I guess people found it tedious, but you could use that again if you make it interesting. Like, make it to where we actually have to manage our HP and stuff, you know, and our mana while we're running through these stages to do something interesting. But that's pretty much all I've got. Just wanted to, it's kind of a rant, but, you know, it's how I feel. So I hope they do something new with the game. Otherwise, I wouldn't be surprised if this game... I think we'll definitely... Obviously, November is going to be the 2-year anniversary. I think we will at least see a 2-year anniversary. but I cannot promise that we'll see a third. You know, Memory Defrag just shut down. You know, sales for that weren't as good as it's been. It lasted about 6 years. 6 years is good for a gacha game. But unless Rising Steel does something to grip the players besides just, you know, an event you do once or twice a week, I don't know if this game will see 3 years. But let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what you would like to see change, what you think they could add content-wise to make it more interesting. And I guess also say which character would you like to see get a 4-star the most? Whether it's free or summonable. I'm definitely curious to see what people want the most. So let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. I'll see y'all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.